Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. Today is day 19 of the September series where I upload a video every single day. It's Monday, I'm back to work, so I have less time to read. Therefore, I do want to listen to an audiobook for my second half of my shift. I'm on my lunch break right now, and I do have one from my library right now that I also have a physical copy of, so I can switch to the physical if I want to after work. And that book is, I'm sure you've seen it in the thumbnail, Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I saw Allie Hazelwood raving about this book a couple months ago and I bought it immediately. I have thoughts on this cover. I think the background and the colors and the floral is so fucking pretty and I'm obsessed, but I don't like the art style of the people. I'm sorry, it's just not for me. I know people love it. Controversial opinion. I don't like it. I don't know why I had to tell you that right off the bat. I'm telling you, these glasses, I think they might be haunted, okay? The last few times I've worn them, actually the last dozen times I've worn them, or at least the last few times a few bad or unfortunate, disappointing, negative things that have happened, I've noticed that I've been wearing these glasses. So maybe it's just turning me into a negative person. That's a theory, a conspiracy of sorts. I put them on telling myself that that wasn't gonna happen today. So you and I will be a witness to both my behavior. Maybe I'm making bad things happen to me when I wear these glasses, or if something unlucky happens to me today. I don't know why my heart just started beating really quick. Okay, you don't care about any of that, so let me tell you what this book is about because I've completely forgotten. Okay, it's about a wedding planner and her grumpy ex, and they must work together to plan a celebrity event in this deliciously spicy and funny novel. Oh! Julie Soto writes fanfic. What is this fanfiction of? So it sounds like Grumpy Sunshine, Second Chance. I'm glad that it says it's deliciously spicy because that means it's probably gonna get filthy. And I'm in the mood, honestly. Our main character, Emma, is a wedding planner who doesn't believe in marriage, but she loves weddings. That's fun. Elliot is a brooding florist, and then suddenly Emma is at his shop. Back in the day, it sounds like they worked together pretty closely. It says Emma traced the intricate flower tattoos etched along his body. I'd say they worked very closely. Then Emma shattered his heart and never spoke to him again. Oh gosh, is there like a baby? Now they're working on an event that could make or break both of their careers, but they both haven't gotten over what happened all those years ago. What happened? Apparently the two wives that are getting married for the wedding that they're both working on, they see the chemistry between them and so they are colluding. Is that the right word? Colluding? Conniving? They want to get them together. Okay, a second chance romance. Let's go. I hope I love these characters. I hope I get some really good chemistry because I've been missing that in my books. Like I recently read House of Sky and Breath and there was a lot of smut in there. That was fun, but it wasn't that fun because I didn't believe in the chemistry between the two people that were having all the smutty times. That's what I hope above all else to get out of here. Enjoy the smut, I guess. Ew, that's kind of weird. I'm gonna stop talking and get back to work. Okay, I was just working and out of nowhere the fire alarm went off. So these glasses might be haunted. The fact that I'm like sincerely thinking that my glasses are unlucky. I need some help. Okay, I'm working right now and I don't have a break. So I just wanted to tell you that I started this. I'm only 3% in, still in chapter 1. But oh my gosh, it's reminding me so much of an adult version of one of my favorite YA romances. Also, I'm eating ice cream. This Lullaby by Sarah Dessen. This book. At this point, I don't even know if this is a good book because I've reread it like 3 times a year, every year since I was 12, and I'm obsessed with it. But both of these main characters have had mothers in a lot of marriages, and so they are kind of jaded, but they are helping with weddings. In this one, she's helping her mom get married again. In this one, she's a professional because she's a grown-ass woman. She's a wedding planner, and they both sound like super organized, super capable, super not gonna take bullshit from anybody, and I love it. Okay, let me click my mouse a few times so I don't get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. But yeah, something I loved in this book, it was my first time ever reading at all. Like obviously I was 12, a main character who was kind of bitchy and had a harder exterior and wasn't allowing herself to be vulnerable. And it's something I've loved ever since, probably because it's the opposite of me. And I love to see characters like that, except that they are gonna trust someone. I love that. And so I'm actually even more excited than I thought it was gonna be. Just 3% in. So far, these glasses are feeling lucky. Also, I got a package in the mail and I'll open it with you after my shift's over. Okay, I already have another update for you. I'm only 9% in chapter 3, but I actually don't think these two characters are gonna be similar. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna love this girl, because I think I already do. Our main character, Emma, I still don't know how to say her name. She has a problem with not getting attached to the people that she works with or just people around town, friends. Like, she makes connections very easily and is often disappointed because they don't feel the same way, even just people like clients. Remy, who's the main character of this, she does not give anyone the time of day until she feels that they deserve it. So that's not the same energy, clearly, but I am interested in this because I'm like excited now for her to realize that, oh, there are people that can, you know, love you the same way that you love them, even just as friends or even as just acquaintances or business partners. I don't know. I'm excited to see her be loved and returned. I think we all need that. I'm about to cry. One other thing I want to say is that she casually mentioned that she's allergic to peanut butter, so there's going to be some sort of allergic reaction scene in here, I'm sure. And in chapter 2, we find out that her new clients, these two women who seem so nice, and I hope they all become best friends. I'm so excited for that. They have already like scouted out the florist, who is our main guy named Elliot. And so she's freaking out. Our main girl, Emma. I'm going to call her Emma. Chapter 3 started with his point of view, and I recognize both her and his narration, but his I've definitely recognized in a lot of romance books, and I squealed and gasped. It's like I'm already in love with him because I've heard this man tell me and embody so many love interests over the years that it's like I'm is that Pavlov's dog? The one with the drooling and the... Oh, that is so interesting that this man, the narrator of this audiobook, he could probably be voicing a villain and I would still be slightly attracted to him. It's weird. I don't think his voice is very attractive, like just on its own, but because it's been attached to so many love interests, it's like I associate him with lovey-dovey feelings. It's so weird. Okay, I need to focus on my job. I'm sorry. Okay, I finished with work. Let me open my package. Ooh, it even smells good. Earlier this month, I believe, Meredith with Reading with Merb had a sponsored video by Udi. And she had a discount code for like $35 off. I think the code might still be active. I'll link her video down below. But I got myself an Udi. I didn't even know what an Udi was. Apparently it's just like a robe blanket. I was really boring and I got like just a plain color, but they have so many patterns. But this looks so comfortable. It's gonna be way too hot for me right now, but look, it matches my sweater. It smells like a spa. How did they do that? I'm in my Udi. I'm in my Udi. Oh my God, my neighbors are probably watching me. This is the cutest thing ever. I'm just gonna live in this. Get ready to see me in this all the fucking time. All right, I had to take both my hoodie and my sweater off because I got a little too excited. I'm almost a quarter of the way through and I have more thoughts. Shocker. First of all, I want to say that whenever I'm listening to an audiobook, every now and then I'll pause it. And because I have Apple headphones, what are they called? AirPods, I'll double tap to continue it. And most of the time it works. But other times, for some reason, it takes my Apple Music, which I haven't used since I was in middle school, and it will play a song. And guess what the song is? Every single time I'm like ready to go back into my nice little romance book. Come on, everybody, it's the hamster dance. I laugh every single time it happens, but it's like a jump scare. So you know how I said the main character, Emma, how she thinks that she gets too close to people and that's her problem? Well, it sounds like the only reason she thinks that's a problem is because her old boss, who seems to be a mother figure in her life, toxic mother figure, has told her that again and again. There was a scene in chapter 2 from the male main character's point of view when he first meets Emma and she's working a wedding and the groom of the wedding like grabs her ass and tries to like grab her to kiss her, like assaults her. Emma rightfully punches him in the face and her boss Whitney like apologizes on her front and then gets mad at Emma and like clutches her wrist really hard and is like, you need to be professional. So we already hate this woman, which is funny because in chapter 1, Emma, who's in the present timeline, who doesn't even work with this woman anymore, she still sees her as a mentor and I guess as a mother figure, and she's talking about, or she mentions how much she respects her and how much Whitney, this woman, has helped her in her own career. together. So that was an interesting kind of shock. Not a true shock, or else I wouldn't be telling you, but it was in chapter 2, so I think it's fair game. But I just know this lady, I'm going to hate her. I already hate her. And it's gonna be a stressful situation, I think, because our main character is gonna have to unbrainwash herself into realizing that this woman is not her friend. This woman does not have her best interests in heart, despite how she seems on the surface. Oh, and I have been in a couple situations like these, and it's just take me back, and I don't like it. I don't want to read about it, but I feel like I'm gonna like the story, and I like the writing so far. I'm being very Amma, and I feel close to these characters that will have no feeling towards me anyway. The only thing I'm worried about is that the reason that these two stop talking better be fucking good. I hate it when there's miscommunication. Obviously, I feel like that's not a very profound opinion, but these two still live in the same city. I think they live in Sacramento, California, and they work in the same sort of circles because he does flowers and she does wedding planning. Obviously, like, they're gonna come into contact with each other, or they're able to easily go to one another. So if she randomly left, like it says in the synopsis, why didn't he just come up to her and be like, yo, what's up? There better be a fucking good reason. Okay, I'm gonna get to the halfway mark and I will update you again. I forgot to say that his point of view is in the past timeline when they're first meeting. So all of the present timeline is in her point of view, all of the past are in his. Come on, everybody, it's a hamster dance. Okay, I'm just about halfway through the book and I am very, very, very much enjoying it.
Oh, sweet God, that's good.
And I got soy sauce on my book. Great. It's weird. I usually don't like weddings in a book, but I guess I just don't like people getting married in a book and that being the main event. No, that's not true. There are definitely books where they've just been working at a wedding and I just don't like it. But for some reason, I'm really liking this. I think it's because it's talking a lot about the planning and the vision coming together. So it's all very visual and I have to use my brain to imagine all the things that they are imagining. I think I just really like this author's writing, which is quite a pleasant surprise. Things are making sense. There's nothing too cringy. There was one line. Let me see if I can find it. It's like maybe the first or second time that they've ever met and they're sort of flirting. Well, it's kind of hard to flirt with him, I think, because he's very, very grumpy. And I feel like this is almost Lorelai and Luke from Stars Hollow, except for like when Lorelai was maybe a little less assertive. They're talking about tattoos because he has flower tattoos all over him and they're all of I just realized something. They're all of flowers that are almost extinct or are extinct. Oh my gosh, I see something coming so much. And then I think she's flirting and she says, I've been wanting one too, a tattoo. Where should I get it? He says, what do you want? She says, maybe someone could talk me into a flower. And he says, you already are a flower. I just wrote, what? He does say he regrets it the second it's out of his mouth. That's the only cringy line in this whole book so far. So that's great. I thought there was actually a very cool line in here. Page 106, there were things I said no to, and then I underlined a quote. Our main character's name is Amma, but it's short for something. And I won't tell you what it is because it was fun finding out. She's telling the story of like what it means or where her mother got it from. It's a Greek myth about a woman who falls in love with a man who loved flowers. Awkward. And the myth is that she stood in front of his house every day carving a golden arrow into her heart. On the 30th day, a crimson flower sprouted from her chest and he finally noticed her. Her client is like, oh, that's beautiful. All that unrequited love and sacrifice. And our main guy, Elliot, says, sacrifice. He didn't want her, so she carved herself into something he liked, something he wanted. And it says here, I feel that golden arrow now, carving. That was so beautifully told. Like, what a great way to just say that this man is breaking your heart. The tension between them is so supremely good. I feel like a second chance romance always has good tension when you find them back together, but a lot of times it sizzles out very quickly. These two refuse to like even look at each other or talk directly to each other, and it is the best thing ever because you know that they love each other still. The flashbacks of when they first got together or first met and fell in love, that's going great. There was a very steamy scene. Wow. And I really want to know what happened. So I'm going to keep reading. Oh no, there's suddenly like a reality TV aspect in this book and I feel like I'm going to hate it. He's so grumpy. He's so sweet. I'm on page 219 now. I'm loving this book. I feel like it's gonna be my favorite romance of the year, but obviously I say that a lot with the beginnings of romances, and I always lose steam just from the energies changing from like flirty and fun to really serious and sentimental. So I am trying to prepare myself and not get too excited. It is getting kind of late though, like I've already usually started editing by this time, but like I have to finish this. I am laughing at different times, like they're in the past right now and they're doing it in his flower shop, and his mom is like walked into the shop. I feel like their relationship in the past is really, really interesting because it's like a friends with benefits sort of situation, and she's obviously afraid of commitment, but he seems really rattled by it. Like he does not seem to be comfortable with the situation, but he's like unwilling to tell her because he's unwilling to lose her. And his heart is gonna be broken because I know she leaves him. I can't wait till they get back together. I just can't wait. In the present timeline, I'm very actually into Emma's job and how she works well with Elliot. And obviously I like how grumpy they kind of are toward each other, but I wonder if the chemistry is gonna be the same in the present timeline as it is in the past right now. We shall see. Fuck it, I'm gonna stay up late tonight, I guess, again. In the present timeline, Elliot just did some very sweet gesture, but also it was like really kind of macho man. And the client Hazel says, "That was hot. You two should bang." I completely agree, Hazel. Guys, they're so cute. He wants her to put a little desk in his flower shop so she can work there because he likes having her around. I love how I'm getting so excited at like the bare minimum. Guys, I am so stressed out about this wedding. Like, this is crazy. I feel like I'm reading high stakes fantasy. I don't think I was even this stressed in Fourth Wing with the threshing. Oh my God. I'm the kind of person that loves writing in their book when they feel emotions. So don't read the actual text, just read my gel pen. But I'm just like, oh no, exclamation points, no. And then this Whitney bitch is trying, I'm not gonna go into details, but I literally started to say shut up and I just started scribbling. Y'all, I'm getting heated. This book is so good. Oh my God. I'm so in my feels, I gotta put my hoodie on. Let me try to talk about this before my camera dies, but I obviously fucking love this book. I think that's the most fun I've had with a romance novel in years. In years. I don't know, maybe if it was just coming to me at the right time or reading it all in one sitting practically, or I don't know. I ate this up and I loved it. Even the sentimental parts, which usually I kind of feel like I just tolerate in a romance book, I teared up. I almost cried. And I think if my camera weren't pointing at my face, I probably would have started bawling, honestly. I will say that I don't like it in any book. I feel like it happens a lot in fantasy books or thriller books or something like that, where there's a romance subplot where all the action is finished and then they have sex. It feels like a cop-out and I don't like it, and it actually kind of turned me off and kind of took me out of the story. But I think I still gotta give this a 5-star. There were things I was worried about. I was worried about so much in here, and it really just exceeded all of my expectations. This is probably my biggest surprise of the year so far. I can't even think about any other books right now. I don't know why I'm saying that. And I love this. Apparently the author is coming out with a new book in 2024. I'm wondering if this is actually a fan fiction of something, and I did get some Lorelai Luke kind of feelings. Not so much that they were like the characters, but it was the sort of relationship where our main girl, she knows what she's good at and she does a good job, and she's kind of all over the place, very outgoing. We have our grumpy character who would die for her and who helps her, and I'm just thinking about Luke like cooking Thanksgiving dinner at the Dragonfly Inn. And that's really what had my heart. This whole book is just, the simp level is just astounding, and I ate it up. I love a good simp, but I love a sexy simp. That's way better than just like a regular old simp. I'm gonna stop saying simp, it's uncomfortable. These two, their chemistry was so good. He was so fucking in love with her, and it kills me. I think this is like maybe my first ever 5-star true romance book. Is that true? That might be true. It's gonna be so fun editing this very late into the night. Where at the beginning or in the middle, I'm gonna be talking about, well, I don't usually like wedding settings. Well, I usually don't like reality television. Well, I usually don't like sentimental stuff. And it's just like, bam, 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 proving me wrong. I have been hesitant to watch reviews on this because I've been saving it. So now, well, probably not tonight. I'm gonna be up late editing this and then go to bed. But maybe while I'm working tomorrow, I'll watch some reviews. This was just so fun, and I'm so happy right now, like the gushy feeling in my heart. Who am I? I think I'm a simp now. All right, let me go over my stats for the September series. So far this month, I've read 13 books now. Is that correct? That's correct. I read 330 pages today, and I've now read 4,032 pages in the month of September. I'm feeling great. I've had like 3 5-stars in a row. This is such a great feeling. That means that these are lucky. I had sushi tonight. I had a 5-star romance, like unheard of. Well, not sushi, I get sushi like once a week. I gotta shut up and go. I'm so glad I got to vlog today and commemorate this and laugh with you all, even though you aren't here. But let me know what you're reading right now. Let me know what your favorite romance is if you do read romance, because it's just a glorious feeling to find one. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.